Hello everyone, welcome back to our Thursday review and critique with me, with Alex Koloskov. I am your host. How you doing, guys? Sorry for a late start, a little bit late, but we should be good now. Let me know how are you, how's everything, and if you hear me well, if you see me well, please post plus sign. Thank you, John. You're how to pronounce it? You're here. You're here. Nice to see you, John. Alisa, nice to see you too. Okay, so we're good. We're good to go. Already. Senol, Aurora. Hello. Perfect. We're good to go. And we're going to switch to our premium Photigy premium members group view, and we have new submissions. First of all, I want to say thank you for Anish to providing at least lighting diagrams. I understand it was not recorded, the lighting setup. It's a little bit, well, the basic picture is visible. I can understand lighting, but in product photography, many little things, nuances, how you call it, is very important, which I cannot see by this, but what I see, that you have used lots of light, and the image that you have is, well worth it, I would say. So yeah. Frederick, Joseph, Nastavnik, hello guys. Glad you're here. So, great. Thank you, Anish. I can't really add anything to what I already told you about this. Besides, they done well. Okay, they done well. But yeah, next time, please add lighting setup. I mean, just record it. It will be easier. Alrighty, let's go. So, Richie. Hello, Richie. We have this bottle of Jack Daniels. Okay, we have professional lighting, even though, interesting. Richie, why you have additional diffuser on your strip boxes? Just to make it more like even light, reflection? Probably yes, because you're not gonna create a gradient like this, right? But probably with additional screen, it will just be more even lighting, more like brown color box light. And we have this result. So Richie, first of all, I would really like to know why you have selected this angle for your bottle. It's really, I mean, I never seen any picture like this, at least from what I've seen, advertisements and stuff. I never seen in any product photographer portfolio. Just because dividing bottle by middle, exactly middle, by the corner, in my opinion, is not a good angle. Really, it's not a good angle, even though I understand maybe you want to show the back label, I mean side label in this case. But still, it shouldn't be in the middle. All this rule of third, golden section, everything, what we know about composing the picture, position the subject inside the frame, is about simple rule. I mean, we can kind of simplify it even more. It shouldn't be on a center and on any middle line, on any divider, like in the middle of the frame. So this is why we have this rule. I mean, okay, not why. This rule tells us to do this, and the reason is that our perception works, well, somehow the way that it looks better when it's not in the middle. Of course, there are exceptions, but I'm not sure why you choose this. I don't like it. I would rotate the bottle. I would rotate and basically make it a corner to be rule of third, not for the whole frame, but for the size of the bottle. So if bottle like this, the divider should be on 1/3 from either side. Okay, this is the main thing. The bottle itself can be positioned in the middle. That's fine because it's a single subject. There is nothing else, so that's completely okay. Now lighting. The lighting is not bad. I don't like this black line in the middle, but again, it's because you position it this way. And I would suggest you to try to work with gradients. You probably, I mean, it's not your first shot, I'm sure. Let's see. So yeah, you have quite good work submitted here. Okay. But the main, now I remember, the main area of my critique was gradients and composition. Remember, this one, I like it actually. Did I review it? Yeah, I like it a lot because it has gradients. Okay. The rest doesn't. This doesn't have a gradient. This doesn't have gradient reflection. You really need to master it. Okay. Instead of doing diffusers like this, just covering your strip box, you need to have a separate diffuser on separate frame, I mean positioned separately from the light, so you can have a different, you can have it not in parallel with your lighting. This is how we create gradient, right? This is your diffuser, this is the light. Here we go, we have gradient because of the different distance for the light to travel. And please try to do this. I know you can do it, and you will see the result. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Asymmetrical photos looks superior. John saying exactly what I'm thinking about. So think about composition, learn composition a little bit more. You may, read some books or whatever, but probably the best thing to learn composition is to go through many good photos. Go to Pinterest, find Photigy boards. On Pinterest, we have tons of great photos. I mean, not from me or even not from our students, just we collected good photos for inspiration. And you can train your brain to feel the good composition, because for me it's a feeling. I never kind of measure anything. I just feel, does it look good or not? So all these rules like golden section comes naturally to my vision. And I don't think I was born like this. It's because I've seen lots of good pictures, so I subconsciously learn composition this way. You can do the same, okay? Because you have talent, you just need to develop it a little bit more. Okay, thank you so much. I still have a liquid in my ear. Ear, I mean. I was swimming. Okay, next one, guys. Are you ready? Richie. Now we have something exactly what I was talking about, not at the center. Frederick asking what the site. Well, there are different sites, but my favorite is Pinterest. Pinterest. It's not GNLR, it should be Photigy here. Pinterest/Photigy. No, not this Photigy. Photigy. Okay. We have tons of boards. So if you go to, well, it will look a little bit different for you. Cowboys. No, I don't need cowboys. What's cowboys? You see behind the scene, our photos, different, well, all kind of photos. You can just choose which one you want. For example, inspiration, creativity, and go through them. This is probably will be more creative photos, different photos, but look at those gradients. Look how, why it's cool to have gradient. This is not refraction, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, Pinterest. Let me send the link to our board to the chat. Okay. Alrighty, so back to Richie submission. Same diffusers, same known gradients, even though it's good lighting, but it's not gradient type of diffuser. And what I can see? I see nice reflection on the edges of the bottle, which is great. By the way, I would turn bottle slightly more, because you know why? The embossing on the right is nice. This is something really cool. You can show it a little bit more. Basically, do 1/3 of the rotation. Will be cool. Okay. And the reflection is nice. We have nice reflection from that light. Even though it could be maybe a little bit thinner, but it's fine like this. But look at your glasses. There is no gradient. Again, there is no gradient. It's just uniform feeling. It doesn't look that bad, but it could be better. So, again, master your gradients. Then, composition. Richie, why we have two glasses? It's possible to have two glasses. But again, it's uncommon. It's uncommon, and I think it will look better if you would have a single glass. You can think about what to add here. It may be a piece of wood or something if you want to prop it more, if you think that it's kind of a little bit too empty. But if you crop it sort of like this, I mean, you understand this top. I just don't want to spend time on, cropping. Move this glass a little bit closer to the bottle and it'll be good. Okay. And again, glass rotation. It's almost in the middle. Now, do 1/3. Everything 1/3. Start from obeying the rules, following the rules. Then you can break them. But first, show us that you can do the classic style, classic view. Single bottle, single glass, and lighting with diffusers. Okay. Let's see what kind of ice cubes. Thank you for sending the link. This is cool website, guys. mtfx.com. mtfx.com. We have all kind of stuff here. I never seen it. Wow. This is something really cool for us. High voltage special effects. 1 second. Is it like software? No, it's not software. So it's explosion. So they sell some equipment. Nice. Huh. That's probably expensive stuff. But this may be cool. Okay. Nice. Let's move to next one, right? Carol have this little bit more of some tasty bread. Serial reflector. Okay. Main light. Beautiful composition, at least from top. Let's see. Wow, nice. Even with hands. Very well done. Very well done. Love the lighting. I'm not really fan of this reflection in the middle. Kind of look a little bit strange. Even though it might be natural. Just a little bit strange. On the bottle. Okay, this one. But the rest, the way that the bottle, the product, right? This is a product, olive oil with self-propping. So it's beautiful advertisement shot. And look at this. The main subject is the most bright, even though it's dark by nature, by its nature. But the plate, the brightest area, it's under the bottle and lots of light on the bottle. The rest is a little bit kind of fading in shadows or a little bit less light. which is perfect way to highlight the product and still to have lots of stuff going on around. So very well done, very well done. Positioning everything. Richie, again, look at this. Almost everything, if you're gonna divide by 1/3 lines, crisscross 2 and 2, you will see that most of the things except bread is kind of either touching or somewhere around those lines. Olives, the main subject, bread here, this bread, these olives. Like I said, this is a little bit in the middle, which is completely fine because we have lots of things going on. If it would be just bread, yeah, I would tell to move it either up or down. So, well done, well done. Not, yeah, so it's like one light source, looks like. Just big softbox and then the reflector. And it looks like that we have reflection from the reflector is on the bottle. So, Carol, I would try to eliminate it, couple shots. I mean, the second shot maybe you don't have it in Photoshop. It's hard. You can kind of cover it in Photoshop. But if you see something like this, you can take a picture, like ready like that, and then move light a little bit, take one more picture just to avoid this reflection, and then just that area, clone it from that shot. It will be way faster and easier than, do Photoshop work. And guys, this is for everyone. If you see that like 80% of your shot is really looks great with the given lighting schema, take a picture and then without touching camera, without touching everything, move your lights to cover those 20% or whatever areas that doesn't look good. So work out them, take pictures, then just do composite image in Photoshop. It's super fast and super easy compared to anything else. Okay, good job. Thank you, Carol. Okay, Anish. So, Anish, thank you for providing this. But really, behind the scene works way better with actual pictures. Really, this gives me just a basic idea. But if this light could be moved a little bit, either side, it can have big difference on the picture. I don't know where it was actually positioned. I understand it was right light. So picture is better. I mean the physical, actual picture. But lots of light. You have lots of light. This is great. And this is the final picture. Lots of stuff in one image. Okay, so 3 images or 4 with the background. All done really good. This is good. The only question why is it should be like this, the half empty. Maybe it's just 2 different liquids. Not sure. I hope it's just like a brand new, never opened stuff, right? So this one is good. You see this reflection on the white cream, and we missing the same reflection over here. What you can do, you can rotate it slightly next time, so to catch that reflection, because the jar, how you call it, the container for the cream is glossy. I can see that it's relatively glossy. We need to show it. You see, this reflection is perfect. This reflection is perfect. This is super cool. We're missing one reflection. Okay, not huge deal, but can be done better. Talking about your gradients here, it's good. We have gradients, but they could be better. You see, we have multiple lines, not just one dark line which is supposed to be there, but you fail to create a gradient. Probably, again, you see, your lighting schema that you draw doesn't tell me about this. Probably your diffuser is too thin, and we see the softbox, strip box through it. So I'm talking about this line, okay? This is your strip box, and the rest looks like a diffuser, and the same here, because it's super glossy. It's not visible here because it's not super glossy, it's slightly matte, plus the shape. Here we see it, and it's not good. Ideal situation when you have nice gradient from dark, for example, to bright and then to dark again. If you have a diffuser and position your strip box somewhere behind it in the middle, it will be fall off of the light, so it will be bright in the middle and then darker. But we shouldn't see through it. So 2 f-stop, 2.5 f-stop diffuser. Heavyweight Savage plastic is what will work. Okay. Oh, it's called overload, white overload. So yeah, sort of like white overload. The composition looks really cool. I like it. Even though it's a little bit unusual, kind of like 3 layers, but why not? We have shadows, we have done it really well, so I do believe that it was like sort of like a shells or something. Even though they look a little bit kind of strange. If I try to understand the position of this stuff, but it's fine. Okay. Oh yeah, now I understand it. But you see, if this is a box, supposed to be the box, we're looking straight on top. I mean, not straight, sorry, relatively from top on it, right? This is the horizontal plate. This is vertical plate. At least how I see it. This is of course this is digital. You create it in Photoshop. But then it appears that it's not correct because you positioned your stuff on here. So you see, this is why I was thinking like, okay, something is wrong with the position of the stuff on your virtual table. This is supposed to be straight, I mean the horizontal, and be on top. If not, then what is this? Okay. And let's look at these guys. Same thing with gradients, but for example, this is super cool gradient. On the left, on this jar, nice. It can be a little bit brighter in the middle, but I mean, can be not. This is what I was talking about. This is super cool. We don't see any light behind it. We just see nice and smooth gradient. Here, it's a little bit strange, even though we have some divider and then gradient again. This is even really good, because I don't see that strip box really well. It's bright here, it's some sort of little bit uneven, but still really good. So this gradient is good, this gradient is good. Okay, this is of course perfect because it's relatively matte, and even this is good because we don't see the sharp reflection in the middle. It's just bright. It could be a little bit softer, again thicker diffuser, but it will be good. This one, yeah, it could be better. It could have gradient without that vertical line. Even though, don't get me wrong, this is good image. I see lots of professional photos. I'll see in magazines, in advertisement, you know, with lines like this. So it's not the showstopper. I mean, your client won't kind of tell you that it's bad image because of this. No, this is good. So it's good commercial work, solid work. I just kind of, you know, dig in really deep. Between me and you and, you know, all guys who's doing the same, all product photographers, we need to see, you know, really deep to make sure that we understand how we can improve our work. Constant improvement. Alrighty? So good work. Thank you, Anish. Next one. Again, okay. Light here, light from the bottom. Oh, wrong, from behind top. Side light. Okay, so lots of light. Okay. And the result. Why you crop it that high, but it's fine. Good, 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 good. I like it. No, really, really clean work. Nice metal, very nice metal. Let me grab my pencil and let's dig it a little bit. Okay. So this line, you see this one, the dark one. This could be better. I mean darker, sorry, better. It could be darker, okay? You can make it almost black, like 2 times darker. It will be fine. Really, it will even make metal even glossier. Look at this little piece. You see how dark the edge? And it looks good. So darkening this will make things look glossier. Your metal is super glossy. It's polished metal. Here it look a little bit kind of on the matte side, slightly what I call plasticish, slightly, just because of lack of dark, deep shadows with sharp cutoff lines. Okay, sharp cutoff line can only come from glossy subject, and this is how we perceive glossy subject. It reflects things without blurring it. Show it on the metal without blurring. Blur is your gradients that you control. Then sharp cutoff line. Okay. Is it real photo? I believe it is. I mean, lighting setup was created, so I do kind of review it as a real photo. I think it's real photo. It's just good Photoshop work. A little bit overdone in terms of smoothing out things, but really good. Reflection on top, yes, this is reflection from that light with diffuser that is behind on top, which is okay. You can make it a little bit more contrast, I guess, you know, the corner edges, but it's fine, it's fine. It shows this is glossiness of the metal. Again, if it would be gradient instead of just uniform feeling, it will be even better. It's hard to create a gradient on a super small flat surface like top. It's very small, and because it's not curved, it reflects a very tiny part of the diffuser. It's super hard to make gradient over there, but it's possible if you kind of find, if you have this spotlight where it ends, where the gradient starts. If you kind of find that spot, you can have gradient there, or you can do it in Photoshop, maybe even easier in Photoshop. You can make a little bit darker, more transparent. Actually, now it's harder because it's transparency, and a little bit whiter. But it's fine. It's not a mistake. Metal is good. You see glossy metal because we have sharp cutoff line. Again, this metal is super glossy. This one is less glossy, and this is slightly less glossy because we don't have cutoff lines, sharp cutoff lines. You need to do it. Then your little diamonds, they should be brighter. They should be brighter than the metal, because this is sparkling diamond, okay, or something that resembles it. Metal is not that sparkly. It's not, doesn't get the reflection as bright as from diamond. On your picture, they should be brighter. Remember how we have in the course. You need to increase contrast, play with unsharp mask, make brighter areas, those tiny brighter areas, even brighter, and darker areas slightly darker. It will make it sparkly. Okay, so it should be almost like white areas, little white areas. Then it starts kind of making all those sparks, and it should be stand out the metal around. Okay, same here. They could be a little bit brighter. You know, you can always do it in Photoshop. It's post-production work, so you can do. So a little bit, you know, enhance on this side, and then boom. It's good because it's very good work. The photography work for sure. You done it really well. You're professional. Thank you. Let's move to next one. Okay, soap. Interesting. Soap is not easy to photograph, I guess. Where's bubbles? In many cases, you know, we have bubbles in the soap. Wet stuff, but not necessary, of course. Fujifilm X6. What is the camera is this? I'm wondering. Okay, so it's not expensive camera. Nice video, 26 megapixel. Cool. And very good results. That's one of the things that I was telling photographers, camera is not that important. Lighting is super important to create a good picture. I'm wondering what kind of focal length it was. Around 80 millimeters or wider, because wider will look good here, I think. Okay, so Ahmed, it's done well. Beautiful edges of your soap, actual soap. Cardboard on that paper looks okay. Again, we have some sort of gradient where we need, it's not flat, it's not completely flat surface, which is super, I mean, it's the surface is flat, but we have gradient and it's super good. This is what I teach in the courses. This side can be more uniform field, that's okay. And the main side should have some gradient always. Always it will add to the picture. So all is beautiful, light is well defined, and that glow, that slight glow of actual soap bar is priceless. This is perfect. This is simple perfect. Because the soap slightly transparent, slightly, and we see it, right? Because of the sharp light, somewhere from the side or whatever, it gets light through. Same here, it's slightly kind of glowing. Very nice. Focus stacking. Yes, it's for stacked images, yes. On Adobe Photoshop. And this propping, whatever, it's some sort of like a special fabric, you know, like knitting stuff. And I love the position, the composition itself. Look, everything is so cool. Nothing is flat. We look slightly from top on the bottom part of the box, slightly from the bottom on the top part. So it's probably somewhere maybe like 30 millimeter, 40 millimeter focal length because of the angle. With long lens, it's hard to get that type of look. This is why I'm saying, you know, somewhere around between 30 and 50 millimeters is super good for stuff that has, you know, multiple subjects or propping. You shouldn't use the longer lens, focal length, because it will kind of make image look flattened. A wider angle will look it more like 3D depth. So this is one of the stuff that happened. I mean, one of the effects that happens. It's perfect, simply perfect. Hard to you know, add anything. How I get the one on top of its box cover? Oh, you mean how to position? I don't know how it was positioned. Probably looks like, because of the shadows and everything, looks like it's the single composition. I mean, it's not like multiple subjects shot it separately. I mean, it could be, you can put it in Photoshop, but you know, shadow like this, but who knows? I mean, it's hard to tell, but it's done very well. So even if it's multiple, I mean, separate subjects composed together in Photoshop, then done really well. It's hard to tell. Ahmed, I forgot about behind the scene. Strict rule. Shit, I forgot. Sorry, guys. Lucky Ahmed. Ahmed, you need to submit behind the scene. I want to see lighting, and please don't do like this. I really appreciate Anish and okay, Anish your work, but really it tells very little, so you don't need to do this. Please submit behind the scene. If you don't have it, if it's old photo, then yeah, you may do something like that. You may explain. But if it's current photo, please do it. Okay, looks like we need to ban someone. Okay. What else? Do we have any other? Yeah. Okay, looks like we cleaned. So, we'll see. Shit. What is going on? Okay, anyway. Let them, those bots or whatever. It's not a big deal. Let's continue. So, Ahmed, good job. Behind the scene, please. Next time. Paul, okay, computer screen. It's actually a really good idea to use computer screen, yeah. Captain Happy later, I'll tell you later. So, F11, 160. Okay, so here the idea is to have computer screen the background. Actually, very good idea. You can print things on a paper, but even faster, you can just have a screen. You just need to make sure it's blurry enough, so you don't see pixels and stuff, you know. And this is good. Continuous lighting can be used. Very cool idea. Yeah. I was thinking, you know, guys, imagine that you use Midjourney, generate background, open it in full screen, and kind of do blending before the Photoshop, of course, just to see how it look like when the product is there. Maybe into, you know, modify something. Maybe cool. But of course, you don't need to do like this. You can shoot tethered, put the digital background on tethered program behind your subject, and well, how you can do it. Well, transparency, I guess, and then compose. But this is cool. And on technical side, done very well. Yeah, gemstone looks great. I know, Paul, you shoot it a lot, so you mastered it definitely. That's really great. Maybe slightly a little bit more contrast or so, just to kind of stand out a little bit, the background a little bit more. Nice. I'm wondering about reflection. Is it real? It kind of look a little bit strange to me. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Yeah, it's a mirror or something really glossy. So yeah, probably reflection is there. So cool. Thank you, Paul. Good job. And yeah, nice technique. For jewelry, this is something. Actually, and we cannot put jewelry. I think we cannot put on a screen, on a monitor on top. So because it will be, you know, on the sharpness where the subject is, you will see pixels. But behind, and then reflected on a mirror or, you know, glossy surface. This is actually a really interesting solution because it will be all blurry because of depth of field, and then we can do whatever we want in real time. Nice. Oh, thank you, thank you. Great technique. Okay, Anish. Anish have watch again. Again, all this lighting, yeah, a lighting schema. I prefer real life schema. Okay. So, guys, what is good and what is not good here? What do you think? What is there anything distracts you, or because the picture is nice? I love the depth of the watch, watch face, and how it look like. All this is very nice. Look at the focus. We see the brush metal. We see some gradients, different lighting on different areas. Sharp. All is super cool. Those knobs looks great. The case looks nice. Have bright, darker areas, some sort of like a gradients even. But this is too much. This is too much. It's super bright. It's super red. Even though the rest stuff is red. So, Anish, what I would suggest you. Yeah, red below is distraction. Exactly, Frederick. You see, Anish, I'm not alone. So, it's reality. This is too bright. You need to feel it instantly. When you shoot, you know what you do. Because when you work several hours on the image, you perceive it differently than us when we see it first time. When you see first time, things become really clear immediately. I mean, we kind of read this, okay, this is too bright, this is kind of too dark. But when you work on it, you may not see it. It's normal. When you're done, sort of like you think you're done, don't touch anything, don't touch your lighting stuff. Get out of the studio, give you like a couple hours, watch for beautiful sky or whatever, do something else, and then come back and look at the final image that you got. You will see something more than a couple hours ago when you've been working for several hours. You probably will see that this is too bright, and then you can fix it before, disassembling your lighting setup. Do it, because sometimes it's too late. It was happening to me, but I was I was clever. I was always asking my wife, Zhenya Larionova. She's behind many tutorials and courses on post-production side on Photigy, if you don't know it. And she has a great eye on everything. So she came when I got a final picture and tell me, okay, cool, this is not cool. And then I fix it. And then I call it done. So you need to do something similar. Because really, it's very good image. Very cool idea. It's like, you work a lot, but this is super bright. It's just too bright. This especially. It can be, but it should be less dark. Oh, sorry, less bright. This is kind of maybe okay. It's actually very interesting to see the texture on the wristband. But this a little bit too much. It's direct hit of your light. You see, you have some light underneath, as I understand, and it's direct hit on a glossy surface. By the way, this surface, this kind of go around the case. It doesn't look glossy to me. Almost doesn't look glossy because it didn't have kind of sharp cut of line. It's kind of glossy. But now looking at this, I understand that it's super glossy. It's like a mirror because I see the mirrored this stone or whatever is this, charcoal. It's mirrored, so you need to make reflection from normal light, from white lights, to make it look like a mirror. We because all this is a mirror. We don't see it. It's too soft, it's too smooth out in Photoshop or whatever. You need to have sharp cut of line. You need to have black lines. Really, black lines. Let me put it down. Okay. Anish. these bright lines, and then should be dark line. This should be black with super sharp cut-off lines. Okay, make it like really brushed metal case. Well, looks like it's not all brushed metal. The facing, the top facing is brushed metal, but this case, look at this. It's a mirror. It's not brushed metal, this part, because we see the rock in front of it. It's a mirror. It's really like mirror. So we need to show it somewhere else. Okay. And the background, probably, I mean, top of it, probably it could be a little bit darker. It could be. If you remove this, then you make it a little bit darker, especially on the corners. It may, again, make the watch pop up a little bit more. Very difficult. Yeah, it's difficult. You know, watches always difficult things to shoot. What we do when we have different types of metal and stuff, we do multiple shots with the composite image. We can do lighting for the glossy parts where they look glossy and nice. Then we do a little bit softer light for brushed metal, and then we compose it into one picture in Photoshop. So nothing wrong with it. Alrighty. Thank you, Anish. Good work. Michelle, Aurora, hello. Wow, nice stuff. Nice stuff. They glowing. Very interesting. Was it yours or was it for client? Interesting, because yeah, the piece, the jewelry piece itself, very nice. Oh, sorry. So let's see. Why you crop it that small? Aurora, please make it larger. It's cool to see the definition, to see the sharpness next time, because it's like I don't see anything. The thing I see only a few things. First of all, some of the little diamonds are too dark, so they're not good. You can kind of clone other or modify them so they doesn't have this black stuff, because it's like cavity in a tooth. Like look how beautiful white tooth and then some dark spots. Here we go. We don't need cavities on these little gemstones. This is cool. You see how bright they look on the right one. Very nice. I like. And this is how they should look like. But again, I don't see that on high quality. The resolution is super low. I love this reflection, gradient reflection on this one, on the side. Beautiful, beautiful. I love the glow, like light coming through it. This little Buddha, very nice. Very good work. This probably. So it's a little bit different lighting. This comes in the middle, and this more like. So that probably was more refracted, and this is probably more reflected. Not sure. That one was coming through. Some light was behind. This more like from the side, and then it was reflected. Both variants are nice. I personally kind of like this look a little bit more, just because glowing inside, it has a little bit like a story about Buddha, the stuff that we kind of our soul or whatever we call it. So it's something from within, and the light from within looks good than from outside. The Buddha is darker here, so somehow I like that image more. It just on subconscious level. It's not about technical stuff, because either one looks good technically. But you need to make sure we don't have cavities on these little gemstones. Really, these little dark spots, no, they should be bright. Look how they look like on the right one. It's perfect. They are brighter. They are brighter pieces of all the picture. They should be here as well. How you can do it? Where is your camera? Where is your camera? Okay, this is the right way to do it. You have, light behind the camera. Camera is covered by diffuser, but somehow you got the reflection either from lens or I don't know. Fix it. Alrighty. So good job. Let me know if you have any questions. But your level is growing. I mean, you're growing as a photographer. I really appreciate it, and I love to see it. So let's go. Next one. Ahmed. Okay, it's somewhere in restaurants in Bahrain. And nice. This is the best so far. Like this one too. Again, this is the best. This is one of the best too. This is good too. This one I like better. Okay, so Ahmed, all set, done very well. Composition wise, lighting, yeah, I prefer a little bit darker background, but again, nothing wrong with this. It's nice and bright, sunny. It's perfect. This is probably how a client wanted. Thing that I was kind of going through them and see which one I kind of like the most. When we have more contrast and brightness for the main dish that is usually on the center, it looks better. For example, this one, it's white and this is too white. I'm losing this one comparing to this one. I understand that this is darker by its nature. This is brighter. But what you can do here, you can kind of bring it more to the front with the lighting. It's just post-production. More contrast, maybe a little bit more saturation. So things that like this one, it's a little bit getting lost. The hand is a dark contrast. I get attention to the hand, which not supposed to happen, right? The hand is not the best part of the image, especially with this glow. It's like a little bit almost, well, don't want to say what it reminds me, something completely opposite to the food and stuff. So I understand it should be there. I understand it shouldn't be a naked hand. But still, you need to bring attention to the dish. Maybe you can crop it, but again, crop is all the same here, so that's not, I guess it's not an option. And by the way, why? I think if it's smaller plate, you can get closer to it. With the same composition, it's okay, it won't look bad. So, doctor, like a doctor, exactly, yeah. And doctor usually wear either like blue or kind of bright glows. Dark glows, it's more like about doctor who may work with, dead bodies and stuff. Sorry guys, but this is what it is in my brain. And actually, oh my god, this is dead body of a chicken. Oh my god. I didn't say it. Okay. Okay, photography. We're talking about photography. What I was talking about? Bright. More contrast on the main dish, probably crop closer. You can do it in Photoshop. All this can be done in Photoshop, right? This, for example, it's cool here. It a little bit lost because it's super bright. We don't see where the bowl ends and the plate underneath it starts. There is kind of a little bit, we're getting lost. You can work a little bit on the contrast. And by the way, most of these images I would crop closer. Because as a client of the restaurant, this is for menu, as I understand, right? I want to see the dish. a little bit more of the dish because I'm gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat all this stuff and well, okay. If it's like not for menu but for more like advertisement and other placement, then probably yes, but still, I mean, that's okay, but I would still crop it a little bit closer. Aurora. No. Let's don't go there. Oh, please. Okay. So yeah, for example, this one. Look at this, Ahmed. Less light on the plate. It's not super bright as this one, and it looks better. Even this hand is brighter, so it doesn't bother me that much. The hand is brighter. It's kind of a little bit washed away with that super bright light, sort of, right? And the plate is visible, vivid, nice. Here we have opposite. It's bright. Actually, it's good if you don't have bright light there. And with hand, yeah, with hand it definitely. Hand, I mean, if hand from that other shot will be here, it will be easier. And this, it could be brighter. More saturation, more contrast. And this is the best because it shows the plate with all the stuff the best possible way. It's actually really tasty. Yeah, I just realized that I didn't have my breakfast yet. It's almost, well, it's 2 p.m. Time. So thank you, Ahmed. Now I'll have very good appetite. Yeah. And this is nice too. No glow. Thanks God. No, very good. Yeah. So sometimes darker, better. For the main stuff. This is super nice. Okay. Excuse me. And this is nice. I would add more contrast. Again, I would add a little bit more contrast to the main stuff. Hello, Rafael. Well, you missed a little bit, but yeah, you can always rewind and look. And Ahmed, the last thing that I'm gonna tell you, this eyes, it should be nice eyes. It shouldn't be like that. Really, the eyes is so. Get some super cool eyes. If it's restaurant, ask them to craft for you real eyes. Maybe they usually have these machines for the bar that can have big and nice and clear eyes. They know how to do this. If they have, if not, you can buy it. Probably somewhere here. By the way, do we have eyes here? Do we have search? Confetti. Snow. There is no ice. Interesting. Oh, the glass. Oh, I can do it myself. I have this resin. You know, K2 epoxy resin. Oh, not epoxy, not sure. On Amazon, rubber glass. You can do it yourself. Anyway, ice should be better. Okay, Ahmad, thank you. Very tasty submission. I like it. And what do we have? Yah Eider. Review for the wedding jewelry course. So it's something simple, I guess, right? Unfortunately, no behind the scene. Eldar. Yeah, I will review it. It's well done. You're losing a little bit focus, as you can see here, right? So a little bit more depth of field is needed. You can do focus stacking, or maybe you can even close aperture even more, like go f16, f18, or back up your camera a little bit more, losing resolution but gaining depth of field. Whatever you do, it's good to have all in depth. Because your lens was not great. Beside a little bit blurry, we have this kind of light I don't know how it's called, aberrations. Yeah, probably it's aberrations, especially on these bright parts, like little gemstones. It doesn't look super cool when we look at closely. Most of the little gemstones looks good. Make sure you don't have blind spots like these little stuff, okay? And too dark gemstones like that. They should be different. They shouldn't be the same. But for example, look at this part. It's all look cool. All of them are different. Some of them, I mean most of them, have bright parts, have darker parts. They look good. I would increase sharpness on each of them separately. You know, on sharp mask. Look for post-production tutorials. We show how to do this. They will be even more sparkly. A little bit more squeeze the sharpness. Okay. The pearl in the middle, it's actually good. It's good. You can clean it a little bit more from those scratches. I would still suggest you to use cone, because otherwise it won't be this, you know, dark shadows. Actually, it's not shadows. It's just areas between your light modifiers. But even like that, it's not bad. It's not bad. So, good job. Good. Just watch for little gemstones. That's the main thing here. There are many of them. But without bringing it to the close-up, it looks even better. Yeah, the pearl will benefit from the cone. Yeah. So, good job. Do we have tutorial on Capture One? No, I didn't do a special tutorial on Capture One because it was, I mean, I didn't even think what to do there because it's simple. I mean, it's like you connect your camera, you start Capture One, you start that remote capture, there is a button, and then it works. So, I mean, there is not much to cover there because I didn't use it for processing. I was using it only for tethered shooting, Capture One. The rest was Photoshop. Capture One is not for developing. I mean, you can use it, of course, for developing photos, for some basic post-production. I do not know what they have in latest versions, but I'm sure Photoshop is still superior to them. But to shoot in tethered, they did the best. They have these options like to put multiple frames, like a previous frame, semi-transparent on the background, so you can see the relationship if you move something. Or you can have a different background, just picture on the background. Again, transparency. I mean, very nice stuff. Yeah. Yeah, like for catalogs, yeah, it's probably good if not much of post-production. Definitely you can use it. But I never use it for really developing photos. Yeah, only for tethered shooting. Alrighty. So, thank you, Yahuldar. And we do have actually 2 more images to talk about. Alisa. Okay. No reflectors. Okay. Let's see. Metal actually looks not bad. We have some bright areas, dark areas, they kind of go through. It's not super clean. Alisa, did you clean it? You know, with that ultrasonic cleaner and stuff? Here we have a little bit too much light behind. There is light pollution. It's like, you know, glowing. So you can probably... Oh, this is better. This is without back diffuser. Okay. Yeah, it's better. This is better. You see, the color was washed away on previous shot, I mean, on previous video. Here we have way more colors because less light behind. You can always make it brighter behind in post-production without backlighting. It's beautiful, yeah. Is it 30 frames per second? Try to shoot 60 if your camera can do it. And then you do, well, you do 60. It will smooth the rotation, I think. Because here we have like, almost like I see little frames, you know, like this 30 frames per second, almost like become visible. You know, even with phone, when you filming, guys, you just everyday live with phone. If you change your main camera instead of 4K 30p, you can do either 4K or HD 60p. You will see how smooth and nice video will look like. It will be like almost like from professional camera. Same here. So yeah, try do 60. And like I said, the last light from behind looks better. This is probably your white background. This is because this is too much. It's not good. It's too bright. So white on this. This is white. You can do, you know, a little bit of post-production to make it whiter. Maybe rotating problem. Maybe. I don't see it as a rotating problem though. Huh. I don't know. Yeah, that's hard. Try to do 60p. It will eliminate this doubt about frame rate and see if it will be still persist. Then it will be rotator problem. We have lots of little when you clean it. This hair. Yeah, remember it was driving me crazy. This hair. First of all, use something. Hard to tell what without this little hair. Any clothes. Have it microfiber or whatever, so it will pull little hair by this metal pieces. Sometimes I was trying to use a torch. Really, I was using torch to burn that hair before I was shooting. Like, you know, split of a second with high torch, and then it's good. It's clean. The thing with torch, it may leave residue on the stuff, so it should be some high quality propane or something, you know. Stabilizing effect, I don't think so, because stabilizing effect, well, you can try stabilizing effect on Final Cut or whatever software you use for editing. You can try it, but camera stabilizer for sure doesn't work because it's about camera shakiness, right? But yeah, you can try, but not sure. It's not moving. It's really like this. So stabilizer will try to fix if your subject is kind of moving across the frame. It will kind of make it still. You know, the digital stabilizer in the software. So not sure. Do I have upload new photos every time? Not sure. What about photos? You have to. Oh, you mean okay about your you well, you can do old photos as well. You can do it. That's actually fine. I can tolerate it. I mean, but new photo is preferable because I want to see your progress. So I critique, and then you're supposed to kind of implement some of my advices and shoot something new and show me. Because if it's old stuff, I'll be kind of telling you same thing again and again if the same mistakes will be made. I mean, was made. And I will tell like, hey, you're not progressing and stuff. So better to start working on this, create something that will look better than previous based on my critique and courses and stuff. Okay. Alrighty, so Alisa, good stuff, good. In terms of lighting and everything, it's good. You have larger diffuser, which is good. Oh, this is good. Way larger diffuser. Thank you. I don't know, did you notice or not, but probably it's easier for you to kind of manipulate with the reflections. And yeah, this SERP Mini, exactly what I was using. So try 60p. Yeah, it still fluctuates, so it's not good. This is definitely SERP or some vibration in your studio. It can be vibration. It's really vibrating. And I didn't see on the SERP that type of vibration. What you can do, you can play with speed. Try to rotate it faster, for example. maybe it will be smoother rotation. It depends on how gearing works inside that SERP, inside the rotating head. If you do slower, maybe it will be smoother, or maybe opposite. Play with its own speed, shoot 60p and see what will happen. This one actually looks good. The reflection, everything. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah, I'm missing those sparks that could happen, you know, with the either aperture closing, or this is actually looks better. Well, of course, bright stuff looks better on the dark background. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Nastavnik, it's a SERP. It's a SERP Mini. It's called that kind of head. It's not perfect. I think they have a newer version on Amazon. SERP. Yeah, you see this one. Maybe it's better. It's kind of looks like it's newer version. It's huge. And or like this, for example, you see they have for product photographers that SERP Mini 2. At least it looks like you have Mini 1. This again could be better. Maybe they address some of the issues. So yeah, guys, try it. If nobody buy it but want to buy it, get it and tell us the result. Okay, hello Alessandro, you're late to the party, we almost done, but thank you for coming. Okay, so Alisa, yeah, good. This is relatively good. Your main enemy now is that vibration, or you know, frame per second and stuff, because the lighting is way better than comparing to what it was when you started it. Already, now last one, Rafael. Oh, Ukrainian theme, I would say, color theme. Thank you. That's cool. Blue and yellow. Nice. Yeah. This is simple stuff to shoot because of it's non-glossy, and yeah. But you did really nice. You did really nice. We have all these ingredients. It's nothing is flat. We have beautiful kind of glow because it has a little bit light coming through. Positioning, everything, colors. I love it. Thank you, Rafael. I don't have much to critique here. It's done well. I would do the same. Really. So. Nice job, everyone, and thank you so much. Any questions for me? What do you think, guys? If no questions, I'm ready to tell you goodbye. Happy shot, yeah. It is f18. Okay, Alisa, f18, then yeah, you can close aperture more. Remember when how I was getting those little sparkles without starburst filter on the course? One of the light that I have direct hit without any diffuser was really small opening, like a small aperture on the light, basically goba screen or whatever. Very tiny. Somehow it created, because of diffraction, it created spark effect. You can try the same. So it's an additional light. It shouldn't be main light. It's additional light. It shouldn't be it should be super small, relatively bright, some crazy angle, so it's not really overexposing anything, but it will give some burst stuff. Okay. Lisa saying, Alex, could you let us to see behind the scene shots for a longer time? Yes, of course. What you can do, Lisa, you go to the same page that I do. Basically, you go to Facebook group, so you can open it yourself and see while hearing me, and then you can switch video or you can have split monitor and stuff, you know, video in one window and the Facebook on another one, so you can see yourself, because even video quality is not that good as comparing to actual photo. But yeah, I hear you. Will do. Alrighty, Aurora, have a good vacation. Vacation is great. And guys, see you next Thursday. Great weekend for everyone. Friday is good as usual. Hope the weather is beautiful. Here in California, it's super beautiful weather. I'm not gonna enjoy it much. I have lots of things to do on other projects, you know, AI mastery and stuff. But yeah, it's still enjoyable. So have a good time, and it was a pleasure talking to you. See you next Thursday. Goodbye, guys.